It'll be 4 years in July.
We've been together almost 4 years now. It'll be 4 years, July 4th.
We were like walking around outside. It was like the night before the 4th of July, and we were at this park, and it was midnight, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was like, okay. And then we were walking, and a bush almost hit me in the face because he asked me, and like he let go of the branch, and it like almost wiped me out. I was like, okay.
So you think he was a little nervous?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But it's like the 4th of July is our anniversary because it was like the midnight before. So,
Aw.
yeah.
Our first date was at Village Inn, which we love to this day. We love Village Inn. We love breakfast food. But yeah, I mean,
Good choice.
I know it sounds crazy and like people say this too, it's almost cliche, but like I saw her for the first time and I just knew. But I actually really did. I mean, like from that day, I knew I'm gonna be with this girl as long as she stays with me. But no, it was great. We went to Village Inn and then we drove around in my car, which afterwards she was like, I don't know. She was like kind of, I don't know, like just meeting me and getting in my car and driving around. She was like, well, I could have been kidnapped, but here I am.
We drove around after, and I showed him at where I worked, where I went to school, and I got in his car too right after meeting him. So it was kind of dangerous, but it worked out. Yes. Well, I think it was our second date. Maverick planned this whole itinerary to show me like Blair and like all the sites because he lived there. But so first we went to like this park, and then we ate with like the view over like the trees and everything. And then he took me to this bridge, and we climbed up underneath the bridge. And we were like in the middle, like underneath the highway. So we did that, and that was crazy.
So you have a dangerous relationship.
Yeah. But he like planned all these things. It was fun. And then then we climbed a silo. I don't know if my parents need to know that, but then yeah, and then we were at the top of the silo. So it was really cool. But he planned all of that for the second. He had like it all written out and everything. So
Aw.
it was cute. Yeah.
It's probably that second date, I think.
Yeah.
I planned a bunch of different things to do in Blair. Just a lot of outdoorsy stuff. We mostly kind of explored at DeSoto, the wildlife refuge. Yeah, I guess there was another one though. Valentine's Day 2022, we went to the zoo, and it was freezing, but we had the zoo to ourselves, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, we were literally like in a building and then running to the next building before we froze. So I knew for sure once we started to have deeper talks about our beliefs and kind of, I guess, how we see the world. And yeah, we're both very, very much aligned in our beliefs, both religiously, politically. I mean, honestly, we're like the same person in that regard.
I knew he was the one when I first met him, and I told everyone. And my friend said I was crazy because I went on a trip with her like right after. She was like, okay.
And so once we kind of started talking about those like more important issues, I realized, yeah, she's the one for sure. Yeah, we're gonna make a great team. Yeah.
Or like when we went and like did those life endangering activities, I was like, I feel safe about this. Maverick said he loved me first. I think it was after 2 months or a month. I'm not sure. 2 months, yeah. And then, I mean, it was like at my old apartment, and we had a nice long talk about everything. And then he said that he loved me, and then I told him I loved him back, and it was really nice. But it was like a big moment, so.
I'm sure she felt it early on too, and I did as well. But Just, you can't say it the first day you meet him. It's got to mean something. But yeah, I did, and I meant it as well. Very much so. Oh man, that is tough because there is a lot to love. There really is. I guess the most important thing for me is that she's just a good person, and that I guess the best way I can explain it is because like what I want to say is like she's just like an all around, like I can trust her, and she's always nice, and like I don't know, I can't. She's like never done anything wrong. It seems it's crazy, and like I look at myself and like I don't know, sometimes I have a temper or whatever, but like she is like super even keeled.
I love how positive and fun he is, and he always just knows how to make everything, like every situation better.
She's just an all around good person. I mean, she's just been so good to me, just from the day we met. I could just go on and on about that, but I mean, I can trust her 100%.
Especially through school, like just having a good attitude, and we went through school together, so we like really helped each other through all of that. So that was really nice, and I know that like we can get through like the rough times because it was a tough time there for a while. But yeah.
Her and I both really enjoy nature and outdoors, and we love the mountains. And so we took a trip to Colorado, and then we did the hike up to Chasm Lake, which is kind of underneath Long's Peak. Well, I did okay on that hike, but we found out that Lydia is not the greatest with altitude. And so it was funny. I was just prancing along up ahead, like, come on. And she's like, I'm about to die. But anyways, we got up to the top, and it was super beautiful. But the crazy part about it is she was already like kind of annoyed at me for, dragging her up this god-awful trail up to this, beautiful lake. But anyways, as we're walking down, no joke, it literally, the worst thing that could have happened. It started storming on us on the way down. So it was pouring rain and hailing, and yeah, I guess that's funny. I mean, looking back on it now, it's funny, but like at the time, she was a little bit annoyed at me, let's say. But no, that trip was actually really good. That's just, we look back at that now, and it's so funny. The funniest part about that probably is me. She literally says she saw me prancing along up ahead, like not being affected by the altitude at all, and she's just like, where's the oxygen?
He always smelled like vanilla. When we first started dating, I was like, he smells a little like nice for like a man, you know what I'm saying? But it was all an act. It was funny. I kind of know, I was a little bit relieved when I found out that it's not the truth.
Well, it was a complete surprise to her.
So I totally was not expecting it.
It came after a couple weeks of her kind of prodding me, like, when you gonna ask, dude? Like, I've been waiting. And I kind of made it seem like I was gonna wait a lot longer.
So he told me he was gonna wait like a year.
We went to a really nice restaurant. And then we went to kind of her favorite spot in Papillion, because downtown Papillion, they have the Christmas lights out in Christmas time. And so it was very picturesque.
We were walking, it was so cold, and I was freezing. And usually he's like the first one to like want to go inside. But he was like, let's keep going. And I was like, okay. And so we walked over, and I saw someone like taking pictures, and I was like, what?
My friend Noah came and filmed it and all that.
I didn't recognize that it was his friend, but I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I was like, maybe they're just like taking pictures of the lights or whatever. But then I looked back, and then he was like kneeling down, and I was like, and then I said what like 6 times, because I was in so much shock. And then he stood up, and he was like, and I was like, yes. I
like almost like passed out like when I was asking her, because it was like so crazy, because I knew how big of a moment that was. Yeah. So
everyone was like, did he cry? And I was like, no, but I did. I was a mess.
Afterwards, she said she kind of like noticed I was kind of nervous, but she didn't know why. Because normally I'm, cool and relaxed. So
I wanted to like be so like, like poised, but then I was like, and then his friend came over and was taking pictures, and he was like, "Pull yourself together."
Goodness.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, I'm super excited about this. So we are going to Utah primarily.
I'm so excited. Neither of us have been to Utah, and we're gonna get the domes. And there's like a big window, and it opens over the Canyonlands. And there's like a bonfire pit outside. It's so nice.
We're gonna just kick it old school, look at some nice Utah landscapes, and do some hiking. Hopefully, no storms or hail.
And we're stopping in Colorado first for 2 days, and then we're gonna go to Utah.
Should be enough oxygen for everybody. But yeah, we're really looking forward to that.
Thank you for coming to the wedding. I hope you have a fun time. Thanks to my mom for helping organize everything. So
Yep.
props to Mama Molsek. And enjoy yourselves, but don't use the bar too much.